Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so here we are. We're back in business. So this is our proposed budget for this coming year for the PTA. And I'm going to zoom in because I can't even see that. So I don't know if anybody else can. Okay, so we're just going to quickly go through this. What John decided to do this year in talking, with the executive board was to put everything into sort of 3 or 4 buckets and really get back to what our mission is as a PTA. Because what we had been doing was we'd been raising all this wonderful money, which is amazing, but we hadn't been able to spend all of it. And really, we can't do that. We have to spend what we earn. So the transition we've made, which seems kind of common sense now that we look at it, is to spend what we earned the previous year. So the first column here is income, and it includes all of our fundraisers, membership, spiritware, whatever our spring fundraiser is, which we had talked about in the summer, maybe having a walkathon again, but that's TBD depending on what the world looks like. So all of these are broken down by a conservative estimate of what we typically make in past years. We already have like $1,000, I think, from Amazon Smiles. So we've already blown past that. The fall book fair, we'll see what happens. Fall fundraisers, the Cherrydale catalog we talked about earlier. Mobile gas, we usually get about $1,500. He budgeted for $1,000. Like I said, last year we got $6,000. We already have $2,500 going into it. So we'll blow past that. PTA membership fees, I would love that to be bigger. Spiritware, we'll probably make more with that. Spring book fair was the fall book fair was very conservative last year because it was all virtual. The spring book fair did much better. So because we did it in person, but a shorter period of time. Walkathon or readathon usually raises about, last year we raised about $32,000. So again, this is conservative. So we're looking at a gross profit of $36,600 to spend for next year. These are expenses that we accrue as a PTA, just like administrative fees. So we have to pay an auditor, which actually John ends up doing. So we don't ever end up spending that because we can never find somebody. We have bank charges, checking account reserve just to have our bank account open because it's a business account. Constant Contact is our email newsletter service we use. General admin is usually like copies and printing and ink and stamps. We have to have insurance through the PTA Council, and that's what that is. Postage is there. So obviously that was not in the other 500. PTA website is something we just started last year that costs around $300 annually. QuickBooks is what our accounting team uses to monitor all of our spending and expenditures, and then also what's coming in. And then our Zoom subscription is something we've sort of had to do. And so we'll keep doing that. So all in all, we spend around $5,000. This is another bucket that we have information for. It's enrichment. So enrichment activities are, fall under Lauren's purview as the enrichment chair. And this can include virtual assemblies. In the past, it was, in-person assemblies, but mostly we're doing virtual now. Learning to Look is something that we've done in the past with the second graders. It's usually, I have not done it, but, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone. It is a volunteer-led parent thing, but the teachers also take part in it, and they learn about artwork at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. And then the culmination of that is in the spring, they take a trip to the Met to see those works of art. We added more money to this year because the now 4th, 3rd, and current 2nd graders have not done this program. The hope is that maybe we can modify it to do it for those 3 grades somehow, some way in the spring, but we need to look into that. But that's why that's budgeted that way. And then science enrichment is 5,000. So that's like any STEAM or STEM things. Family events is another bucket that he created. So the outdoor family event, that would be the trunk or treat event. The snowflake shop is usually a shop that we host in the library in the wintertime where we go shopping. That will not happen as it has in the past because it just won't. But that's what we ended up doing the virtual activity for in lieu of that last year. And we spent around $1,000 or $1,200. So that's why he budgeted as such. So again, if anybody has any ideas for that, please let me know. School support is, anything that the school might need. One year before I became president, we did, those water bottle fillers. I feel like we really have school support could be, I just want to make sure I'm not taking out a turn here. School support could also mean like, no, it's not landscaping. It's basically anything that Mrs. O'Shea or the staff came to us and said, we really need a new whatever. So that's there for that. The yearbook is not only a fundraiser, but we also spend money on it. So I wouldn't be able to answer the ins and outs of that. So I'm just, there it is. So that's $4,500 total for those two items. I think the $1,500 is probably us buying the fifth graders, the yearbooks is what I'm guessing that is. Miscellaneous activities, we usually have an author day, fifth grade graduation, obviously, or moving up ceremony, kindergarten welcoming. I don't know what the kindergarten welcoming is. And teacher appreciation. We're still doing some treats here and there for the teachers, every couple of weeks. We bought lunch for them the week before school started. We have teacher appreciation week in May. And then, so that's the total for miscellaneous activities. Building fund and landscaping. So we did hire a landscaper this year to come up and clean up the courtyard, and we're looking into having him come monthly when it's needed. So that will go to that. Library books and Scholastic is 1,000. Sarah just said 2,510 is the cost for BookFlix and TrueFlix. Not sure how that is accounted for. I'm not sure how that is accounted for either, but you live with John, so that's a good question for him. And then we have class funds. So what, I'm like sitting in the dark now. What we have done in the past is we've given $150 to each teacher. And starting with COVID, we decided to double that just because they spend so much of their money out of pocket. And we decided to keep it that way this year too. We have the money, it doesn't hurt, it only helps. And so each teacher gets $300. The reason this is listed as new teachers is because at the time when he put this together, he did not know who the new teachers are. So he just put them in one line, but now we do. Each of the, who's Kelly Priest? Why does she only have $150?
Kelly is a speech and language, an OT that's between two buildings. That's why you'll notice anyone that's 150 is shared.
Yes, anyone who is shared got half the amount. So that's what we decided. So you'll see like Mr. Smith and, Chris Velez, a school psychologist. So that comes to $9,750. The departments also get the $300 fund, for each of the departments. And then we have field trips broken down. The older grades have a little bit more money because they do a little bit more intensive, like going somewhere and buses and stuff like that. We haven't even talked about field trips yet this year. I'm sure we will at some point, but the budget is there if and when we do that moving forward.
So I asked today about field trips, and I have not received an answer yet.
Okay.
So I have reached out and asked about field trips because some of the teachers are asking about that.
Yeah.
And they want to sign up for things. So as soon as I find out, I can let you guys know if that's really a go or not.
Sounds good. Yeah, because originally they had said, yeah. And then I was like, really? So, I know it changes all the time. So The total expenses are 47,110. Net operating income is 10,000 net income. So anyway, you see it. So here comes the fun part. We get to vote on it. So we have quorum, I believe. I'm just going to look and double check. I mean, there's only 27 members at this point. So yes. So what I need you to do is either virtually raise your hand when I ask, or say aye or nay, or you can abstain. Those are the options. So I would like to move a motion to vote for the 2021-22 budget. And I need somebody to second that, please.
I second that.
And I should ask before we actually vote, does anybody have any questions? No. Okay, so everybody likes it.
Does
Okay.
Sarah have a question in the chat? I think she does.
Okay, questions. Go ahead, Sarah.
Too many questions.
The trunk or treat, where is that accounted for? That is a family or community activity. I can't remember exactly what he called it. Let me look.
You called it the outdoor event.
Outdoor event. So it was like the so it's outdoor family event. It's under family events where the Snowflake shop is. And we didn't know whether we were going to be, and the winter craft is on its own special line under Snowflake shop in that same area. So those are both accounted for. Any other questions? John wouldn't want me to say this, but I tend to move things around as we get going anyways. We always vote on them when I do, but we have money, and it's not like we're checking. I mean, we check every dollar obviously and account for it because we have to, but and we need to, but it's not like we're scrimping by, is what I'm trying to say. We have a good, healthy budget, and we're really lucky. And that's because of a lot of the fundraising we've done. So don't ever, if you have an idea, don't feel like you can't bring it to our attention because it's not a line item on the budget, is what I'm trying to say, not so eloquently. Okay, so we second in the motion to vote. Please raise your hand or say aye if you approve the budget.
Aye.
Aye.
Does anybody abstain
Aye.
or say nay? Okay, so the budget is passed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and download Kristen's presentation because I'm on a different computer again. And she's going to talk about fundraising for the year. And you all got this amazing packet that she put together. I just want to say thank you so much, because fundraising is such a huge and important part of everything we do. And it is something that I had a lot of headaches about last year because I felt like I was sort of taking it on top of everything else. So I'm really just grateful to have Kristen doing this for us. So.
Of course, I hope getting all the information that we did get out is helpful and not overwhelming to parents, but especially new parents. We wanted to be able to just explain what to expect and when to expect it, and start the year off on the right foot.
Awesome. Can you see the screen? Oh, no, you can't. No, you cannot. Hold on just a second.
It looks like your internet may have paused. It's like a halfway loaded internet screen.
Un momento. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, and can you do it in slideshow version from your computer and still share?
Probably, yeah. Yep, sure can.
Let's try it. There's nothing fancy in animation, just a couple, you'll see a few points where bullets need to come down.
No problem.
Okay. So this will be just a quick overview. I see that, we don't have a huge audience here today, and more than half of you, really know the deal already. But I wanted to just give an overview in case there's any new parents here, and just to set the tone. And for everyone who's on, stay on to the end because I'm going to do a little giveaway. So there's some motivation to stay here and listen. We're going to do a quick fundraising program overview, an introduction of the marketplace, which is new this year. And I'll just show you quickly, we're working on a promotional plan. We're working off something that we've thought through, and we're hoping will be helpful for parents as far as reminders, et cetera. And we have a little update on funds raised so far. So as you saw in the packet that went out, you know, the fundraisers are all designed just to improve the school experience for every student, and everything that Jen and Lauren and Sarah and everyone else is creating is all, you know, possible because of these fundraisers. And we're so lucky, like she said, to have a lot of money to work with already. So you can go next slide.
Oh, come on.
Thanks, Jen. Sorry to make you do this.
No, that's okay.
Really quickly, though, I just want to set the tone that, you know, we are going to be really happy with whatever we can raise this year, with the help of anyone who can and wants to help. We want to make sure that this is a positive environment and that people do not feel pressured. So you can flip through the next bullets quickly, and I'll just talk to them. We're not going to push specific dollar amounts for students, classes, or grades. We're going to do our very best, but we know we're in a mixed income community. And, you know, I, for one, you know, we're a single income family. We have one car. I'm going to do what I can to contribute, but by no means do we want anyone to feel pressure, stress, or, you know, financial expectations for their individual family that, you know, makes them feel uncomfortable. And yes, like Sarah said, donating your time is just as valuable as donating your money. And to further that, this year, we removed awarding prizes to students for reaching various earning levels in our fall fundraiser this year. We didn't want anyone to feel left out or feel badly that they weren't able to participate in the same way. This is all nice to have. So hopefully that keeps the focus on the right place this year. Okay, you can go to the next slide. Oh yeah. Fundraising program overview. Yep, so there's 7 ways to raise funds, and they were super detailed in the packet that went out. You all received it, so I'm not going to go through them in detail. But just, you know, remember, some of them come with a little bit of a cost, but others don't. So, you know, volunteering your time or participating in the programs that do not cost anything to you to benefit Marvin, like, that's where a lot of people can get involved. So I hope that I called that out well enough in the materials that went home. Some things are going to be seasonal with a deadline, and you'll see that in the promotions that we're sending out. And other things are just going to be year round. So you'll just see like kind of a constant reminder that, hey, these are here in case they're helpful. And we're going to keep it virtual for now, and until everyone's vaccinated and everything's safe to do something in person.
And Sarah made a good point in the chat, Kristen, not to interrupt you, that donating your time or volunteering however you can is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than fundraising. So
Yes.
we don't expect anybody to do hours and hours of anything like I do as a crazy person, and like Kristen has done putting this together. But if you have an hour or you have something you can do at home, I mean, you can always ask and we can come up with stuff to do in the comfort of your own home, or if you want to come to school, you know, like, and sit outside and, I don't know, tie ribbons when school's not in session, or you have more time. But there's things to do on the weekend, there's things to do during the week. If you work, you know, we can work with you, and an hour is better than nothing.
Great, absolutely. And thanks, Isabel. We're happy that you're excited about, you know, eliminating the prizes. That's going to be easier as well for the teachers. We want to make sure that there's not so much they have to do this year related to passing things out and, you know, receiving order forms back. You know, they're busy enough, so we're doing everything online and not distributing anything at school. Okay, so you can go to the next slide. The fundraising programs, we've gone, you know, you have it in print at home, but you know, the Spirit Wear is over tomorrow, Cherrydale, end of this month, Mobile Gas and Subway, middle of October, and then the Marketplace, Amazon Smile, and Box Tops are going to be year round. So I'd just like to take a moment and introduce the Marketplace to you since it's new. So if you wouldn't mind going to the next slide, Jen, there's actually a video embedded. If you click on the Marketplace in blue on the left, it'll load. And you'll see underneath how that loads, our Marvin landing page URL is listed right there. And so that's the URL that you're going to use if you're ever interested in checking out what the marketplace has to offer and or placing an order. That's where you would do it from.
Hold on, sorry.
Mhm.
Video. No.
It should load right within that window. And it's just a little bit like about me video. And it does take a minute because it connects to the internet.
Okay.
While it's loading, I can just let everybody know. And you can always like right click and see if you can copy the URL just in case it's behaving differently on your computer than mine. While it's loading, I will say that I've ordered a kind of like smattering of products from the various online shops that are pulled together on the marketplace, just to experience what, you know, the customer would experience, and ordering it was really easy. The food so far has been really great, and there's some really fun like little kits that the kids can do with you. So for me, it checks that box of making dinner easy. I didn't have to do too much personally, and we got the kids involved. There's a lot of seasonal products that are going to be promoted throughout the year. And I think I received my order in 40 hours from placing it, and it all came like packed really nicely with dry ice and was like super cold and left all day while I was gone at like the Bronx Zoo. And I came home at like 7 p.m. and it was still very cold and frozen. So everything's very easy to use. Like the crock pot materials are going to come in just like one bag that you just cut open and drop in the crock pot in the morning. You come home in the evening and there's a stew there. So far, you know, my experience with ordering with them has been really good, and that's important since this is the first time that we're using them. And I'm also using them to think about things like, you know, my in-laws were unwell, let me order a beef stew through the marketplace, and that's one more thing I don't have to make, but I can still bring them up at dinner. So it is kind of making my life a little easier, and that's their target. Their tagline is Easify Your Life. All right, so I see that the video is not working. So if you want, we can just go.
Welcome to Marketplace Virtual Shops.
There it is.
Hold on. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to share a different screen. All right, can everybody see it now?
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Marketplace is the only fundraiser that delivers gourmet, handcrafted foods shipped directly to your doorstep all year long. This is not a subscription service. You order what you want when you want it. It's so simple to order and support your organization that we've created our own way to describe it. It's dinner easified. The stores in the marketplace are comprised of family-owned small businesses that offer your family nutritious homemade meals. All orders arrive in one shipment, so you can mix and match. To participate in your fundraiser, we've easified your shopping experience to 3 simple steps: shop, order, and eat. To shop, click any of the shop links featured here on your group's landing page. You'll find items to please any palate in your household, from the picky eater to the adventurous foodie. Order complete meals, stock up on coffee for your morning brew, choose something unique for your next tailgate, or try a decadent dessert. Order. We take your dinner's quality very seriously, and all of our shipments are packed safely for the journey to your doorstep. You can see your options at checkout, including when you qualify for free or discounted shipping. We have the fastest delivery in the industry, with many of our customers receiving their shipments within 48 hours. Eat, because your group will be offering this fundraiser all year long. At checkout, make sure to opt in for our email updates. After your first order, your email address is directly linked to your fundraiser, so you'll receive codes for free meals and merchandise. Reordering is simple, and every time you order, you continue to support your organization. You'll find that by ordering your meals and desserts through the marketplace, you'll save time, valuable time spent deciding what to make for dinner tonight. The time it takes to plan and prep dinner when you're on the go, or just in time when you're hungry and you need something to eat fast. Let's face it, your group needs funds to grow, and you're going to eat anyway, whether you order once or every month. By ordering from the marketplace, you can feed your family nutritious, high-quality meals and support your group at the same time. The Marketplace Virtual Fundraiser. Shop, order, eat.
Thank you. Thanks for watching it. I enjoyed not talking.
Kristen, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I noticed that when I was looking at the marketplace, it says that most of the time that the orders are for one person. Did you find that to be true?
So each, not specifically, but for certain products, each product will list for you how many it will feed. And so if it is, say, listed as one portion, then you would want to increase your quantity for the event that you're going to serve it at. It does depend, but I did see it being very clearly listed.
And you find that the portions that you had ordered were the correct, if they said it was one portion, it was one portion.
I do. So for example, for my in-laws who are 2, I ordered 2 of the beef roast that I got, and it's more than enough for them. But for the personal family fun kit pizzas that I got for my family, I did order 4 to make sure there was enough and that was appropriate.
Okay, thanks.
So for September, they are giving Marvin 30% of every dip ordered, and every month there's a different product highlight, a little promotional product. So we'll just give a little email out and let you know. So, if someone is interested in taking advantage of this service, might as well align your orders to when it's going to benefit Marvin best. I think it's all going to be seasonally aligned as well. This fall is going to be great for some football games. I think in December, there might be some mug cakes, which are little dessert mug kits that the kids can make. It'd be nice after going out sledding. I think January will be something like the chicken pot pies, that kind of stuff. So it'll kind of work with what you'd want to serve anyways. All right, so you can click to the next slide, Jen. For today, to thank you all for listening to this and also to help introduce the marketplace products to this community, we have a sample for 4 lucky attendees, and I quickly reviewed the attendee list before I started speaking, and I see 4 names that I don't know that are not on the executive board. So what I'm going to do is call out who I am awarding the free samples to, and then just message me your home address either on Zoom or my email address is right there. We have a dinner of 2 for sausage scallopini, and if Claudia is still on the line, she will get that dropped off to her. And thank you for attending tonight. And if Zoe is still on the line, if Zoe's on the line, she's gonna get 2 pounds of chocolate chip cookie dough to make with the fam. And Nathan, thank you. Woohoo, you're welcome. Thank you. Nathan's gonna get to try the cheddar broccoli ale soup, and Isabel Owens 1 portion of the Philly cheesesteak dip.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and I hope you guys enjoy trying the products. And let me know what you think. And you'll see on the pictures there is just a little screenshots of some of the fall recipes that they just posted, trying to cater to our fall taste buds. Okay, we can go to the next slide, Jen. So I'm not going to go through this at all, just letting you know that we have a little calendar and a plan for how to promote all of the fundraisers. And the first one obviously was the in-print flyer that went out, and everything else after that is going to be all online. So you'll see things through the newsletter, the PTA website, and Facebook. Okay, you can go to the next slide, Jen. And this is just a little update on how we're doing so far. We're in the first month of school and our Cherrydale fundraiser is going really well already. So thank you to everyone who's participated. We're already above 2,000 in profit there, and we still have a couple more weeks for those orders to be placed. This is a really big fundraiser for the fall for us. So I highlighted that, that end date there of the 29th, just to make sure everyone's aware that that's our deadline. And then also I highlighted, we have almost $1,000 from Amazon Smile. That's a huge, easy fundraiser because you don't have to spend any more than you're already spending when you buy the Amazon products. Amazon's just donating a percentage to us. So I distributed instructions to everyone for how to sign up for it and how to renew it every 6 months because Amazon does turn that off automatically. And then if you just give me one click, you'll see the total so far. So we're doing really great with 7 more months to go. And if you want to just, yep, there we go, we're done. So thank you so much for your time, and we can't do it alone. So thanks for everyone who joined us today and who will participate with us in any way going forward.
Kristen, you did
there's
a
a
great
question in
job.
the
That was
chat.
very nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. There's a
Thank you.
question in the chat about what incentives, if any, there are for Cherrydale, because I know we changed that a little bit.
We did change it. So because we're not doing the prizes, there really are no incentives. It's just that the money that is brought in is just going to give back to those programs, and we can talk to families and students about the outdoor classroom, the future field trips, the building improvements, those sort of things. And so it's really just that we're improving every student's experience at school. And by eliminating the incentives and the prizes, we made it a much easier program to manage for the PTA and for teachers.
Kristen, I'm getting text messages. I just want to let you know about you being the next president of the PTA and what we can do to get you to do that. And somebody suggested we buy you a new car, and I'm all for that. So,
A car in exchange for that role might be an even deal.
I mean, I got nothing, but I'll give you a car. So, no, that's not true. I got the warmness in my heart and the joy of giving back to our children's school. I would figure out how to fund that, just so you know. Thank you so much, Kristen. That was awesome. Erica is our membership chair, and she's not able to be here tonight because she had an accident with her son. He's fine. They're fine, but she needed to be there. So I just wanted to tell everybody that our membership is at 27 members so far. She had a goal for this month of 29. So we're hitting our numbers according to her. I disagree with that. I think that's pathetic. We need more people. I don't know where she got that number. I did not see that number. Bless her. But 3 of those people are staff, 24 are parents. I just want to remind everybody that it's really important for everybody to join, even if you don't do anything. If you do the $10 membership, which is the basic membership, $5.50 of every membership, no matter what you pay, goes right to the state PTA. It's just the way it has to be. It's the way it's always been. There's no way around it. So we only get $4.50 if you pay $10. We get, if you do the $25 membership, still $5.50 goes to the state. If you do the $50 membership, $5.50 goes to the state, but you do get Spiritware and magnets and incentives for that. So I just want to remind everybody about that. We're also going to be trying to figure out incentives, throughout the year for people who join. So if anybody has any ideas about that, we're also probably going to be sending out a survey like, why aren't you joining? What are you scared of? Like, what are the reasons or the things that are inhibiting you from joining? So keep an eye out for that. Please don't let it be the same people that answer.
I registered this afternoon. Does it make me 28, 29?
Probably, yeah. Probably.
Okay.
I know when I went in to register, because you have to register every year too. I don't know if everybody knows that. I always try to make that clear. When I went in to register, I was the only one. So, but that was, I think it was right when school started. So we've grown since then.
28, 29.
Yeah,
So
there you
good.
go. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to enrichment, which is Lauren. for an update from her.
Can I just ask a quick question, Jen, or maybe
course.
Tracy might know the answer? I remember this from last year doing communications. When the new members join, have the email addresses from their accounts been sent over to Tracy for the newsletter? Because I feel like there was quite a lag on that last year, and we probably missed on informing people that were members about what was going on.
So I know eventually it did make its way over to you guys last year for communications, but I'm going to follow up with Erica because that's a really good point, just to make sure that she's on top of that. I also want to make sure that like whoever is registering, that you get the spirit wear that you want. So I know that, we need sizes from you all and what kind of spirit wear you want. Like, I don't want to give you a hat if you already have a hat, you know what I mean? So the stuff is in my garage, so I'm happy to unload it whenever, but we always reach out to the people that are new members. I don't know that she's done that yet or not. But I will remind her about both of those things. And Zoe, I see that you are asking how you join. I'm going to send you the link in the chat so everybody has that. It's all done online. And we have a website that's pretty fantastic. I think it's marvinpta.com. And if you ever need anything, that's always the first place I would go, that or Facebook. And then if you don't find what you're looking for there, you can always email marvinpta@gmail.com. And I answer that all day long. I mean, anytime there's an email, I get a notification. So I will answer you or find an answer for you. But here comes the link to everyone. There are 3 different levels of membership, as I said. So there's the $10, the $25, and the $50. So do whatever works for you and your family. There's no pressure, and there's no pressure to sign up for anything by joining the PTA either. We don't ever mandate anything. So you show up for what you can, you put into it what you want, you pay for what you want. There was a meme going around last year and I almost used it, but then my mom sent it to me again yesterday. And it's like, it's all these different tiered memberships for PTA. And it's like $5, I'm going to bug you to volunteer for every single thing we have going on. $10, I won't bug you as much. $25 is like, I'll only volunteer once or get you to volunteer once at something. And then it's like $50 is like, leave me alone for the entire year. Just take my money. And I always love that because I think it's so funny and it's so true, but I don't want to upset anybody either. It's totally a joke, but it's really whatever you put into it. So, all right, Lauren, sorry, go ahead. Enrichment. She may not be here anymore. I mean, she's on, but. All right, I'm going to skip over Lauren. I know she will have an update at some point. We're kind of just getting going on enrichment right now. Photo and yearbook, Danielle couldn't be with us tonight because she had some stuff with her daughter. But picture day is going to be coming up in October. Oh my God, my nephew's public school PTA in California was $1,000 suggested contribution. That would not work with our demographic. I don't even think I would pay that. And I'm pretty giving to our school. I'm not that giving though. Anyway, wow. So picture day is going to be coming up in early October. So the dates will be coming out soon. We always have a retake day as well. So as soon as we have all that information, we'll be sending it out to everyone. We did it last year and it was very safe and well managed. So, but Mrs. O'Shea, if you need anybody to help and we're allowed to help, please let us know. Yearbook, we are most likely going to have a small yearbook again this year. Danielle and Louisa will be working on that. Last year, because there were not a lot of events, we did reach out to parents and the staff to ask for any pictures in school and outside of school. Just to illustrate what was going on that year. So we may do the same thing again this year. Tracy, do you have anything for communications you want to bring up? She has 3 boys. Oh, there she is.
Oh, no, just, yeah, Just that I do communications. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm Tracy, and we send the newsletter out every week. We've been sending it on Sundays to kind of get everyone ready for the week. We have been doing kind of Wednesday reminders because it does seem like there is a lot of stuff that happens at the end of the week, and we just try to include everything that's going on in the school, anything for parents to keep in mind, anything we see on Facebook. We want to be sure that it goes out in the newsletter in an email format as well. So if you sign up for the newsletter and give us your email, then we would send you the newsletter every week.
So if you go to marvinpta.com, there's a pop-up box that says join. What does it say? Join our newsletter. You just fill in your email address and then you get added to the list if you haven't already. And then if you don't get the email on Sunday nights, like Tracy was saying, it's probably because it went to your spam. So just double check for it there. I know a lot of the staff are on it, but it gets sent to their spam. And that's something we've been trying to work on for years. And I don't know if Ralph can do anything about that or not, but I will follow up with him to see. But I've asked in the past and I don't think there is anything we can do. There's some firewall or something. Okay. Does anybody else have anything they want to ask? Any comments they want to make? Any ideas they have? Anything? No, and it's 7:31. We actually ended kind of on time. This is one of the longest meetings we have, just FYI. The budget is always the longest, and I'm sorry for that. It's really painful, and I hate starting the year off that way because then people think it's always like this. It's not, I promise. A lot of times we just kind of zip through things. You guys did great, though. I really appreciate it. And so anyways, thanks, Kristen. Kristen's jumping off. So if you have any other questions or you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out, marvinpta.com. You can always look at the website as well. And we do have a Facebook page that we update regularly. So I definitely suggest you check that out. Don't forget to order your spiritware. I know somebody will email me on Saturday morning and say, I didn't order my spiritware. Sorry, there isn't anything I can do about it. So order your spiritware tonight or tomorrow morning, please, and thank you.
Can I have a quick question for Mr. O'Shea? Just not a question, just I don't know if it's even a question. So Roland forgot the water bottle one day at home, and he said that he didn't drink water the whole day. So I was gonna bring small water bottles. I already brought the cups for his class, and I'm gonna bring water bottles to his class. Is that allowed?
That's fine. The only problem is that we can't use the water fountains, but we use cups to use the water, I don't know, I don't even know what you call those, the things that you were talking about earlier. They
the water
can
bottle.
get water, like a water bottle filler. They can use that. They just can't use the water fountains, but.
Yeah. That's a, like they can.
If that ever happens again, we have to let kids know that they can, I have water in my office as well.
And I
No
think
one ever,
also he was worried about COVID, that whole like you can't, and so sometimes they're worried about things, and it's nothing, just like a troubleshooting. So I'm gonna bring
sure,
bottles and stuff.
that's very nice of you to do that.
Yeah, because kids are kids, they will always forget something.
Mhm.
Okay, just making sure it's okay. Thank you.
All right, does anybody else have anything else? Isabel, there's nobody jumping on for the Spanish meeting, so I'm going to give it another minute, but I think we're probably going to be clear. All right, thanks everyone. If you have to jump off, please feel free to do so. We're just going to give it another minute for the Spanish meeting, and thank you so much for coming, and please reach out if you need anything, okay? Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.